talk about a term that you hear about all the time: artificial intelligence. It's in our phones, it's deciding what we see online, it's pretty much everywhere. But what does it actually mean?
So get this, in a university over in China, they have cameras that can literally tell if a student is goofing off on their phone during a lecture. Now that might sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's totally real. That's AI in action. And even if that feels a world away, it's the exact same kind of tech that's behind your Google searches or the stuff Amazon recommends to you. It's already a huge part of our everyday lives.
So, yeah, this technology is obviously super powerful, and it's creeping into more and more corners of our world. Which brings us to the big question, the one we're here to answer. What is artificial intelligence really?
Okay, so let's break it down. What is AI? To really get it, we've got to understand the one big thing that makes it completely different from any other tech we've ever had before.
The simplest way to think about it is like this. AI is basically the process of giving a computer an artificial brain. Now, think about how a little kid learns, right? You don't program a child with a list of rules. They just watch, they listen, they experience things, and they figure it out. Well, that's kind of what we do with AI. We teach it by just feeding it tons and tons of data, and it starts to learn patterns and make connections all by itself.
And that brings us to the next big idea, the learning machine. Because that is what's so wild about AI. It's this ability to learn and change that makes it totally different from the tech we're used to.
Okay, so here's the key difference. Think about a program like Microsoft Word. You could write 1 million essays in it, but Word itself never gets smarter. It doesn't learn from you. It's the same program it was on day one. But in AI, that's a different story. Take an AI-powered traffic camera. The more cars it watches, the more data it sees, the better it gets at understanding traffic patterns. It's actually learning and getting more accurate over time. It's evolving.
So, okay, if AI is constantly learning, constantly getting smarter from this ocean of data that we're all creating every single second, well, that leads to a pretty huge question, doesn't it? Maybe even a little unsettling. What happens when you put this learning machine up against us, against a human?
I mean, think about it. Every single time you like a post on Instagram, or watch a video on YouTube, or even just do a Google search, you are feeding the machine. You're training it. So with all of us feeding it all this data all the time, is it just a matter of time before AI becomes smarter than we are?
Well, it's a great question, but the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's actually more complicated than that. Because, see, there isn't just one type of AI. There are two. And you have to understand the difference between them to really get what's going on. Okay, so on one side, you've got general AI. This is the AI you see in the movies, right? Like a robot that can think and feel and do 1 million different things just like a person. Then, on the other side, you have narrow AI. And narrow AI is a specialist. It's designed to do just one thing, but do it ridiculously well. And here is the most important part of this whole thing. Right now, today, narrow AI is the only kind that we actually have. To get what general intelligence means, just think about you. You can cook dinner, sing along to a song, write an email, study for a test, maybe even dance a little. You can do thousands and thousands of totally different things. Our intelligence is super flexible, super versatile.
Now compare that to today's narrow AI. A Tesla can drive itself, but it can't write a poem. An AI can spot cancer on a scan better than a human, but it can't cook you breakfast. The YouTube algorithm is a genius at picking your next video, but it has no idea how to dance. See? Each one is an absolute master of its one little world, and that's it.
So, where does that leave us? Let's talk about the reality of the situation today. When you boil it all down, the whole human versus AI thing really comes down to one simple trade-off.
And here it is, plain and simple. We humans, well, our brains, don't have the raw number crunching power of a supercomputer. But our versatility? It's huge. We can do almost anything. Current AI is the total opposite. It has insane computational power, but when it comes to versatility, it's stuck at one. One job, that's all it gets.
Let me give you the perfect example to wrap your head around this. You could have an AI that is a rock star at analyzing medical scans. It can look at thousands of them and spot signs of cancer, maybe even better than any human. But that is literally all it can do. A human doctor, on the other hand, they can look at the scan and then perform the surgery and talk to the patient and run the clinic. You see the difference? It's massive. So, we've established that all the incredible AI we have right now is this narrow AI. It's a specialist. It's powerful for sure, but it's nothing like us.
And that leaves us with the real cliffhanger, the biggest question of all. Can today's narrow AI ever become tomorrow's general AI? Can these one-trick ponies ever learn to think creatively and flexibly the way that we do? Honestly, that's the billion-dollar question, and the answer is going to shape everything about our future.